También me dijo un arriero que no hay que llegar primero, pero hay que saber llegar. Con dinero y sin dinero, yo hago siempre lo que quiero, y mi palabra es la ley. No tengo trono ni reino, nadie quien me comprenda, pero sigo siendo el rey.
¿Qué me dijimos otra vez? Raíces de mi tierra.
Hi, my name is Frida and I'm 10 years old. I'm here today to say ways that we can help our earth.
I was just informed this morning that Wild Earth Guardians has been gathering data on Suncor's violations, and their research demonstrates that based on Suncor's own certified monitoring reports, there have been more than 2,750 violations of opacity limits at the refinery in 2019. Yes, big boo! I need a big, louder boo. Thank you. Suncor bears the brunt of its corporate irresponsibility, which affects the nearby cities of Comerce City and the global area Swansea or GES neighborhoods of North Denver. I want to say that this is no longer acceptable. The era of fossil fuels is over. The transition to a clean, green energy economy is an opportunity for our communities to take a role in fighting climate change while creating millions of good jobs and strengthening those communities facing the worst effects of the climate crisis in the process, while ensuring that we have a livable planet for generations to come. The question we want to ask today is not if the Suncor refinery will close, but when. Yeah. And in that process, it's time to help these communities prepare for this transition, ensuring that workers get training in different jobs. And it's time to help the communities most affected by Suncor's pollution to ensure that what it has done is remediated and protected, and that these communities are no longer facing the harmful effects of pollution. And later on this evening, you'll hear from some of the people that have suffered poorly because of Suncor, and it's time to change that. So I'm going to ask you, what do we want?
Climate action.
What?
Clean air.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Clean air.
When do we want it?
Now.
Approaching members of Congress like Diana DeGette and Ed Perlmutter and ask them to support this plan and really fight with us for a green and just future for everyone. And so far they haven't. So we started this campaign around Suncor because we really wanted to wake them up to the fact that they have frontline communities right here in their districts. People whose prosperity, health, and safety has been sacrificed to the greed of the fossil fuel industry. And people who are literally going to be hurt the most and hurt the worst by the climate crisis. And as we've seen, even just this summer, and it being ridiculously hot here, right, or Houston, but it is happening right here in Denver, and Suncor is a blatant example of environmental racism happening right here in our own state. So we know that people in Commerce City and Denver suffer alarmingly high rates of asthma, respiratory illness, and heart disease, amongst other things. And so that's why our theme for tonight was the elephant in the room, because when people talk, you know, a lot of Denverites know about how, they know about the smog or the brown cloud in Denver, but Suncor, despite being the second largest polluter in the entire state, is rarely addressed in that conversation. So what we are fighting for tonight is not just to shut down a toxic refinery. We are fighting what we are fighting for goes so far beyond that. It is about putting communities first and providing people with good paying green jobs and making sure that nobody is ever caught between the choice of having to sacrifice. We have some awesome young women, Nicole and Stephanie, who are community members, youth, and super engaged, and they are actually going to share their experience. So we are super lucky to hear from them.
My name is Stephanie. Mi nombre es Stephanie. We're both juniors at Adams City High School. Okay, so we've lived here for most of our lives, like in Comerce City, and we've had many experiences and remember a lot of times of the effects of Suncor releasing dangerous chemicals into the air and pretty much putting us in danger. So I remember in middle school when Suncor released dangerous chemicals into the air. We were all told we had to evacuate and wait until investigators knew what the chemicals were exactly. We had to stay about half an hour after school in the hallways away from doors. And because we were so young, we didn't know what was going on. We were so scared, I remember. We were scared because we didn't know if we could walk outside and if it was safe for us to walk outside. I remember also being scared, since we were pretty young, we didn't know how affected the people that were outside at that moment would be, and we were pretty scared for our loved ones as well, because it was pretty, you could see that it was a cloud of orange pretty much, and it was coming from the refinery. Yeah. So we're here today because we want to fight for a safer and cleaner home. And we want Suncor to consider those who are being affected by them, especially our community, the people of Comerce City, and start using renewable resources and energy. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. That was really amazing to hear how even as kids, they are aware of what is happening right here in their community. So next, I know she's already spoken, but Lucy Molina is going to really share not only her story of being a member of this community and how Suncor has impacted her, but a huge part of this is what her vision for the future is. So give a big round of applause for Lucy Molina.
Gracias. Thank you so much. The main reasons, and I'm glad my mom is here. I say everything is because a mother's heart. You know, as a mother, we want the best for our children. We come to more testimony than those girls from Adams City High School. That's really the problem here in this city, and with the environmental oppression that we have been living with. As a parent, I have children that are affected, bloody noses, migraines. I'm also really involved in the school, as I mentioned. I was always wondering why my kids were missing so much school. We come to find out, you know, Adams 14 is the lowest performing district in the entire state. So we come to understand also scientifically how the food we eat, the water we drink, the air that we breathe affects us humans in general, the animals. So it's not just the air that we breathe, it's also the water that we drink. We don't have drinkable water. Locals, do we drink the water here? No, right? We have to buy water, like really to cook. We only use bright water to, you know, to shower, and that's probably not healthy either. So those are real issues that we deal. I don't have to look too far than my own family to see the issues that affect our communities. My mother, you guys got to meet my mother, her spunk. My mom's been an entertainer and singer for many years. She's been kind of MIA, out of the music scene for a few years because she developed vertigo. So dizzy spells, I developed migraines now, to the point that like I can't drive sometimes. I have to pull over. I can't like literally like stay in darkness just so I could feel better. Sometimes we have to decide whether we pay the rent or if we pay the rent or I pay the medicines. Like what we have to balance, and these are the things that the community faces. Again, it's not just the air that we breathe, it's also the water that we drink and the food that we eat, because it affects everything. The animals eat, the agriculture. This Comerce City also is known for agriculture. It drives me crazy when I see like the cows and the eating the food that's contaminated, because it's in the soil also. So we can't even really have a healthy garden, can we? I mean, a lot of us want to have gardens. So these are the issues that we face. I am coming to stay as a parent, as a mother. I want a better life for my children. The easiest thing that people have told me is move. Just move. It's not easy. It's not easy. We've built a life here. My kids have friends here. We've been here for a long time. It's not easy to just get up and go. But we can do something about this environmental issues that we have. It starts with us today. It starts with you. We have, and I told these teenagers, like the ones that just spoke, my dancers, all of you, the youth, you know, we have our own Greta here. We have our own Autumn here. Rise up. You guys rise up. We are the ones that are being affected, not only for the last couple of years. We've been oppressed for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. So we do need to wake up. So, and I thank everyone for coming. I want to thank my mom, my children. You know, they're the ones that are dealing with the issues right now. We're dealing with the issues. So I thank you everyone for coming and supporting us. I ask you to continue supporting organizations like 350, like Friends of the Earth, like all these organizations that are helping the community, bringing the awareness. Another thing I ask you is please include us. Please include us. Include us. We are a majority here. Please include us. Again, I say we don't know if we have this community might have the solution. We say man is the one that creates the problems, and man is the one that should bring the solution. So let's bring it, you guys. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Gracias a todos ustedes. Quisiera, este evento es para ustedes, para que traer sabiduría, para despertarnos, para educarnos y saber cómo estamos haciendo el ambiente, el racismo ambiental que estamos pasando como comunidad latina. So yo le digo a la gente que nos incluya. Si no sabemos como padres es porque no nos han dicho, no nos han incluido. Pero si nos incluyen, seguramente vamos a estar aquí como ahora, ¿verdad? De nuevo, gracias a los padres, a las mamacitas y a los papacitos, especialmente las mamás, the mothers, las mamacitas, Marta, usted, María, todos ustedes, los maestros, the teachers, the people that really care about our children. So thank you again. Muchas gracias a todos. And let's continue to do more of this. Dios los bendiga. God bless you. So also we have Celeste Rivas that is coming to do, we came, Devin, where's Devin? We have 350 Devin over there. When we were organizing, we thought about, just imagine a better world. Imagine a better environment. So today, we're gonna, this is my niece, Celeste Rivas, is also youth. I've invited a lot of youth. She's gonna probably do here a cappella and sing for us, so we can, you know, kind of walk off for that. We also have some musicians over there, Los Serreños. We have Alexa y Azul with Generación Wi-Fi, Jacqueline. I want to thank them. Those are my interviewers right there, Alexa y Azul, hermosas. These girls, thank you for always supporting our community. Celeste is gonna sing a song for you guys again.